Cardi B, bad one. You bitches, sad ones. I just get my money and I stab on them. All them bitches broke and they mad, I just stab on them. Wait, back, hit the gas on them. 200 on the dash on them. I don't say much.
So I wanted to do a story time video. This was something that actually happened very recent, like maybe like last week. And basically this dude who tried to holler at me and introduced me to his mom while he was trying to holler. It was just weird as fuck. So I'm about to get on the bus, right? And while I'm waiting to get on the bus, this dude, you know, he comes up to me. He cute, you know what I'm saying? A little dark-skinned dude, nice, beautiful, straight white teeth, pretty eyes, all of that. He was cute, he had a nice little smile, all of that. And so he's like, hey, what's your name? And I'm like, as I always say, when anybody asks my name, I always be like, you don't need to know my name, what you want to know my name for? It's like, you know, I just think you're cute or whatever, and you know, I want to talk to you. And I'm like, okay, right? So he's getting on the same bus. Okay, so I already knew that he was gonna try to talk to me or whatever. So I go to the back and I sit down. He gets on, he sits next to this woman, and then he gets up and sits next to the empty seat next to me. I had my earphones in, so he all in my face, like with his hands, you know, trying to get my attention. So I take one earphone out, and he's like, you know, you just so pretty, like, you know, you gotta give me your name. You just so pretty, like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty, you got that pretty hair, that's all your hair. And I'm like, yeah, that's my hair. Oh my gosh, you're just so beautiful. And I'm like, thank you, thank you. So every time when I try to go back to put my earphones in, he always try to get my attention or try to start talking or something like that. So he's like, so you ain't from here, are you? And I'm like, why you say that? He said, because, you know, you don't look like you from Georgia. You just don't look like you from Georgia. And I'm like, no, I'm not from here. I'm from Baltimore, but I've been living in Georgia for like a couple of months. And he's like, oh, that's dope, that's dope. He was like, so how old are you? I was like, how old do you think I am? I think you about 21, 22. I was like, I'm 29, right? He's like, damn, you 29? And I was like, yeah. I'm like, how old are you? I know you young as hell. He was like, I'm 22. I said, yeah, this ain't gonna work. He's like, what you mean? I was like, I do not do young dudes. Y'all have nothing. I can't do nothing with y'all. Y'all have nothing to offer me right now. Like, I have my life together. What are you gonna do for me? Yes, bitch. I'm very straightforward like that because I don't have time to waste. Like, I ain't got time for that. So he was like, what? He's like, I'm not like other, you know, young dudes. I said, y'all young dudes don't have shit to offer. Like, I'm too old for you. There's nothing that you can do for me at all. There's nothing you can do for me at all. So he was like, how you figure? I said, do you have your own place? He like, no. I said, exactly, bitch. You ain't even got your own place. Where the fuck we gonna go? We gonna chill at your mama's house? Like, no. But yeah, so I was like, boy, bye, right? He was like, damn, you mean, yo, you mean. I said, I ain't mean. I just don't have time to be wasted with no young ass dude. You don't even have your own place to stay. Like, he said, what does that even mean? I said, I'm a grown ass woman. Like, if I wanted to just pop up at your house, how would that work? I gotta knock on your door, I gotta ask for you because you stay with somebody. Like, you don't, I bet you don't even have privacy like that. Nah, you can pop up anytime you want to. I'm sure you're fine ass. I'll let you pop up anytime you want. I just let people know who live with me that you're gonna be coming. And I'm like, this is not gonna work. You are too young for me. So he was like, man, come on, man. Why you so mean? I said, I'm not being mean. I'm just very straightforward. I don't have time to sit here and waste. I said, it's better to me to go ahead and say this now than give you my number and then never even text or call you. True. Because, you know, I ain't got time to be wasting. You ain't got time to waste. I said, exactly. I said, do you have a job? He was like, yeah. I said, where do you work? He was like, I work in a Marriott. You know what I'm saying? But I'm coming up over there. I've been working there for about a year, you know. He was like, for real? You need to just give me your number. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. So then he steady talking. I don't even know what the fuck he was talking about after that. Because I think I put in my other earphone. And then I took my earphone back down and he was in the middle of talking. And then he was like, do you have your own place? And I'm like, yes. Oh, all right, okay. So I get what you mean. I get what you mean. I'm different though. I said, you not different. You ain't different. You sat up here, you just told me the same shit that I always hear. You some young ass dude who don't got a place to stay that he can call his own. You can't bring nothing to the table. So it's no point for us to even be talking. Like, I'm sorry, but no. Then randomly, bitch, he was like, you need to let me see your eyes. And I'm just like, what? What? He like, let me see your eyes, you know, make sure they match the whole package, you know. You got nice teeth, nice lips, even your nose cute. You know what I'm saying? Let me see your eyes. And I was like, first of all, this sun is beaming on my ass right now. I'm not taking off my sunglasses. That's this weird thing that I have where I don't like to take off my sunglasses out in public because I feel like anytime a dude looks at me, he always feels like he needs to talk to me. So I keep my sunglasses on when I'm out, okay, unless I'm with someone, you know, but I always feel like every time when I got my sunglasses off and I can just glance at a motherfucker, the motherfucker wanna come in my face, you know, so I always have an issue with showing my eyes. But I take them off and he's like, damn, yo, they so pretty. You got these beautiful brown eyes. Like, he was just doing the most, you know what I'm saying? So then he was like, well, you know, this was cool or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, just talking to you just made my day, you know what I'm saying? Just beautiful, like, and I'm like, thanks. He like tells me that, you know, it was a pleasure talking to me and at least he tried. So he moves over to the seat across from me. It's empty seats. I see this lady staring at me, right? She's on like the lower level. You know how the bus has that one level and then you go up the steps and then it's the back level. I was sitting in the back level. He was sitting across from me in the back level. She was in the bottom level, like the last seat in the bottom level. This nigga, okay, bitch, listen. Listen, bitch. This shit right here is when it just got out of control. I got my earphones on, he comes back over, he taps me, he goes back over, and I'm like, what? He's like, this is my mom right here. So I'm like, what? You know, like, I'm like, what? I can't hear you. He was like, this is my mom. I was like, okay. He was like, mom, go ahead, say hi, you know what I'm saying? Like, she won't give me a name, but say hi. And I'm like, hi. Right? Listen. This shit was, I just can't believe this happened. So he tells her to come up. She comes up, sit next to him, right? And he's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, mom, you know what I'm saying? This girl right here, you know, like, she cool, like, I'm feeling her. You know what I'm saying? She ain't feeling me too much. So I thought maybe you could talk to her, try to, you know what I'm saying, get her to, you know, give me her number. I was like, no, like, chill out. That's way too much. Like, I don't know you like that. So she looking at me the whole time while he talking, just smiling. First of all, his mama, I ain't even, you know, I'm not gonna want to talk about anybody's mamas, you know what I'm saying? But this bitch, she come up there with her goddamn hair wrap on, some big ass, like, extra large shirt on, and some like big ass blowout pants. Like, she just looked a fucking mess. You feel me? And then, you know, even if he was gonna try to present this whole thing to me, your mama need to be a part of this presentation. Like, this bitch look a hot ass fucking mess. I thought that was some homeless chick, all right? I didn't know that was his damn mama, because he looks totally cleaned up, clean cut, everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, he used a good moisturizer, because he was one of them shiny dark-skinned niggas, you feel me? And then you got this dusty ass bitch next to him, and she just looking a hot ass fucking mess with her hair wrapped up and like yellow ass teeth. You know, she just smiling in my face. She comes over, bitch, and she's like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, that's my son. He is definitely on a straight and narrow. He got a nice job. Yeah, he stays with me right now, but he's on his way to getting his car and getting his apartment. You know, don't let age stop you, you know, because like I always say, age ain't nothing but a number. His daddy was about 5 years younger than me. You know, and she's going on and on and on and on. And I'm just like, I'm good though. He's not that deep. I don't know y'all like that, and this is just a little bit too much for me. So I'm gonna keep listening to my music. I'm sorry that I can't talk to your son. He's nice, but no, I'm good. She just kept trying to talk over me, and I'm just like, I'm good. I put my earphones in. She was still fucking talking to me. I never took them bitches back out, cause that's just way too much. Like, Why you trying to holler at me with your mama? We haven't even got to the point where you got my phone number and you introducing me to your mama and you introducing me and you don't even know my name. It was just really embarrassing too, because like everybody was paying attention. And everybody had this look on his face like, this nigga doing too much. I think one dude told him he was doing too much. And he was like, man, I gotta try. You know what I'm saying? Somebody fine like that, you gotta try, you feel me? No. When I say no the first time, we need to fuck alone. Like, it was just a really weird experience. That was the first time I had some shit like that happen, where a dude introduced me to his mama before we even got to the point where he got my phone number, bitch. I've had dudes introduce me to their mama, and we haven't even fucked yet. But this shit right here, that's next level crazy. You feel me? It was just crazy and just weird, just out the way. Like, it was just weird. So fucking weird. Like, your mama, nigga? Your mama? But yeah, that's my story time. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Y'all tell me what y'all think below in the comments. Make sure you go ahead, you comment, you like, you share, and you subscribe. If you want me to talk about anything regarding Ask Bubbz, sex and relationships, go ahead and email me at yagurlbubblez@gmail.com. And yeah. Bubbz.